Hi everyone, thank you for joining me today. I am sorry I'm getting this up a little bit late, but today I am going to share with you my May 2020 For the Love of Homemade kits. And I'm kind of enjoying this one. I think you guys will also find it's a pretty good one. So what I'm going to show you is what I have for the kit, and then like I do every month, I am adding on to it because I don't think it's enough for me and how I scrap or for choices to be able to make 4 layouts for it. So let's go ahead and start with what's actually on the formula, and then I'll show you what I added in to kind of fill my kit out. So the first thing that they're asking for under the paper is a wood grain background. So I grabbed this wood grain. This is from a Jen Hatfield paper pad. I'm not sure which one. I just grabbed it out. It asks for a floral paper, so out of, again, a Jen Hatfield. It may, actually it's the same paper pad. I grabbed this beautiful, it's more of a deeper green with the pink flowers. And then I grabbed an ombre paper, which I got out of Dear Lizzie paper pad. And you can see how the pinks, both the dark and the light pink, go with this. Now it's not necessarily a true ombre because it's not going from one full color, but I'm going to go with it because if still I'm going from the light pink to the dark pink, the little bit of in between is just going to deal with it. And then the last full piece of paper that they were wanting was a geometric pattern. And so again, this is from Jen Hatfield. So as you can see, I'm kind of going with more of a darker green, and it kind of looks fall, but it doesn't. I have pictures in the back of my mind that I want to scrapbook. I have from a vacation that we went on. We went to North Carolina, but we did a detour through Kentucky to visit some family, and we stayed at the campground in Boonesboro, which is the home of I'm going to have Daniel Boone. Sorry, brain freeze. Anyways, so some of our pictures are more the deeper leaves and grasses from camping. And then also we went to see their homestead. And so that's all your log cabins and your wood and your green. So again, more of the deeper colors. So even though this is a vacation in July, it had a lot of that deeper green color, so that's why I'm pulling these in. And then I like the wood grain, and I chose a deeper one because this will go along with that look of that log cabin and that older home kind of look. So those are that. Then they wanted us to bring in 3 scrap pieces of paper. So I brought in a couple. So the first one I brought in to bring kind of that purplish tone. This was from Paige Evans, so I'm getting a little bit more of that pink in. And I'm going to switch it up now. I'm just going to try and keep these all like color coordinated here. So I've got the deeper greens and the pinks. I have these 2 pieces that are from Chamel. And again, they kind of go with that darker green. On the back side is the apples. I don't believe I'll use that, but I will use the green for like matting photos or something, or a strip on it. So there's the green. I pulled in this blue. Now there is no blue in here, but in a few of the things and the flowers that I am bringing in, I will see a little bit of the blue coming in. I'm also going to be scrapbooking. There was a really cool sketch, and I'll have to see if I can find it. I wanted to say it was like on Rediscover Your Stash or Redefine Creative, or it could have been Christie's 30 Days. Anyways, I saw a sketch and I took a snapshot of it, and it's a picture of a kite flying. Well, my grandkids got kites from my sister for Easter, so I want to do the kite flying photo, and I'm going to be layout, and I'm going to be very literal with it. So I thought the blue would be good to bring in with those. And again, you're going to see this color coming in with the flowers. And then here's another scrap piece, so you can see how it's bringing in that blue, the pink, and the yellow, and it's kind of tying all that bright summer, but I'm pulling in the greens of like the dark leaves, the grass, and more nature. And then as I was going through my scraps, I just found this piece of Maggie Holmes vellum. I don't have much left, so I brought that in. So those are my scrap pieces. For mixed media, they wanted a geometric stencil, so I'm bringing in this Tim Holtz, kind of a chicken wire. And to me, this kind of, again, going along with what I'm going to be scrapbooking, you think of a homestead and them having chickens and things like that. I know it's a stretch, but I'm bringing in that, and then I'm bringing in this pink Liquitex Basics again. I thought it went really good with the pink, but this may change up depending on how I'm making it and what I'm doing. So there's my, these are my mixed media. For an alphabet, it wanted a tiny alphabet or an alphabet stamp or stencil. I have alphabet stamps and I could grab one out as I use them, but I probably won't, to be honest with you. So I didn't pull one out, but I will keep it in mind. And if I do, you'll see it in the process video. But what I brought in for tiny alphas, this is just one of my options. I went into my 12 by 12 sticker sheet and I found this one that hasn't even been touched from Bella Boulevard. Now, not all the colors are going to go, but I thought the blue kind of was a good accent color to the blue here and to the blue flowers that were in here. So I thought that went pretty good. It does have more of a bright green, but I thought it was more of an accent green to the dark green. And then it has a brighter pink, which I thought would be more of like an accent color. So I have those. I'm going to move these out of the way. Let's see where we can put it here. Okay, so then it wanted for embellishments, it wanted vellum embellishments. So I have all of my vellum and my clear acetate in one little container, and I didn't have a lot of vellum. So what I am bringing in is also some of the clear acetate. Let me bring this piece. So I have, again, I was going to do the kite pictures. So here's a the clear acetate for the kite. And then thinking along those lines, it was a sunny day when they went flying their kites. I grabbed another acetate, which these two butterflies that I thought kind of went with the colors. I grabbed the Chamel acetate, which is the clouds, because again, flying, the whole 9 yards. And then I thought, to be a little whimsical, I thought we could have a plane running across the top while they're flying their kites. And then for vellum pieces, oh, and then I have this little one that fell on the floor, and I'm just going to throw it in the group. And then for actual vellum, I have these from Heidi Swap, and these are from her Wolf Pack. I have Journey, and I have Make the Scenic Route. So I thought either one of those will go with the vacation photos. So that takes care of the vellum embellishment. And let me see here. I'm going to pull this one up just so you can see all the goodies. There's the vellum. So then they wanted flare badges or epoxy flare. So I grabbed a whole bunch of different flare, probably more than I'll use. I lost my backing. So this one has a little bit of the orange, and I only brought this in because of this orange stripe. I don't have orange. I do have it on here, but I brought that in as an option in case I decide to go with something on this layout as a background. I could bring out and make that orange look like it belonged. So like using this kind of a butterfly along with the flare, it makes it not look too out of place having that orange in there. And I could even use the orange lettering. I grabbed this yellow flare. These are the blue and pink, which I think go really well with the blues that are in here. I grabbed this. This is from one of my camping sets. I forget which one. And it says In Pursuit of Happiness. And again, it has more of the earth tone colors and more of the cream tones, which will go with like the fort and the camping. And then this one, again, with the blue, and you'll see some of the others that I bring in. The I Love Summer, again, kind of brings in that tone. So then they wanted buttons. So I grabbed in these green buttons that were in my green bin. They're a little bit of a different shade of the green, but again, as an accent, they're not too bad. And then I also grabbed in these two orangish yellow ones. And again, I can bring that orangey color, pop that out on this layout if I want. The next thing on the formula was your latest embellishment purchase. And so I haven't been buying anything because I've been on a spending freeze since last September. So probably the newest thing I have is these Jen Hatfield, and they are just a 3D sticker and kind of have those colors like in the woodsy colors. And so I thought maybe I could use some of these. Some of them, they're more like geared, I think, for like Thanksgiving, because it has thankful, thank you, grateful heart. But I could always cover them up with a different sentiment. So we'll see what we can do with that. And then tags. Now the tags that I'm bringing in are all tags that I made out of my own stash with, with scraps. So I have just a plaid wood, or a brown kind of plaid. I have a wood grain. I have kind of a pink, a wood grain with writing on it that says like mercantile. So I thought this would go good with the fort, because I'm sure they had a little mercantile or something for the settlers. And then I grabbed this pink one with the flowers on it. And again, it pulls in some of that green and pink. So those are my tags. And then the last thing they wanted was floral die cuts or a floral cut file. I have some Paige Evan cut files, and I might drag one of them out. But for what I'm going to be scrapbooking, I really want to get more pictures on a page than I would probably do with a cut file. And those tend to be more intricate when you're backing them. So this round, I will probably not use that. So what I grabbed instead, in my pink drawer that I have for my embellishments, I have these flowers that I made a while back that were extras that I made with a Vicki Boutin stamp set, and I just stamped them on pink paper. So I thought they went pretty good, and I can try and get some of these used up again using my stash. And then I found these flowers that were in the pink drawer as well that I can use on some of the layouts. So I'm again pulling in some of that pink from the pattern paper. And so it all kind of goes. Now, what I've added. So let me go ahead and kind of push this to the side for a second. And we're going to put the paper back where it belonged. Oh, yeah. So basically when I do the formula, I almost double. And I try and think of what I'm going to use for backgrounds. And for a lot of mine, I use pattern paper as backgrounds. So I know I can use this wood grain as a background. I will probably use this ombre pink as a background. I also pulled from Jen Hatfield this background. It's more like a cream color with a black diagonal or check. I grabbed this pink with a gray polka dot. This was also from Jen Hatfield. And so again, it goes off of those pinks that are in that paper. And then from the Dear Lizzy, I grabbed this ledger paper in the green. So any of those I can use as my background, and it gives me a lot of options. From Dear Lizzy, I grabbed out this geometric. So now I've doubled the geometric. I have this one. Technically, you could use this one, and I have this pattern here. And then I also grabbed out another floral. So now I have two floral options, and this is also Dear Lizzy. And I could fussy cut some of these out. They're bigger, but you can see how it's now pulling in a little bit of that orangey color, a little bit more of the yellow, the green, and the pinks, and the different tones of it. From the Dear Lizzy, I also grabbed in the birds, because again, it's I'm thinking of as camping, and you think of wildlife and things in nature, so I thought the birds might go. I always love my butterflies, whether I use it as a whole or fussy cut my butterflies out. I love those. And then again, the pictures of my grandkids I brought in, and this was Christy with Christy's Beautiful Life for her kit, or one of her things that she was doing with that sketch. She mentioned bringing in the Maggie Holmes paper and fussy cutting them out and using the kite as the element that was flying. So I'm stealing her idea. I all of a sudden went, oh, I have that paper pad. So I ran in, and again, the colors, the blues, kind of a little bit of the darker pink, all kind of go together. So I can pick and choose which kites I want to throw in for those pictures that I'm going to do. So that's all my paper. And then for additional elements, I have, we'll start with the easy. I always like bringing in doilies. So I brought in 3 doilies, whether I use them or not, who knows? I just have them in my stash. So we'll bring those in. I brought in some puffy stickers. So I have the Dear Lizzy puffy stickers. I forget which one these are from. Stargazer, I believe. So I'm not sure if any of them will be used or not, but I have them just to look for little bits like the flower and some of the other little things. I grabbed Chamel's Go Now Go puffy stickers. Again, some of the greens, some of the different colors might go with what I'm doing, and they'll be nice little add-ins. And then this Dear Lizzy, it's more to the orange, so I don't know how much I would be able to use of this, but I grabbed it just in case to have in my stash, but I may not even use any of it. There's a little camera under here, so that might get used. We'll see. On my desk, and I'll go ahead and throw this Jen Hatfield up. On my desk, I had these 2 shaker pocket shakers, mason jars from a while. They've been like Easter or whatever, and they've been on my desk for a little while. I thought maybe I could get them on a layout. Again, it kind of reminds me of springtime and the flying of kites. And it also, mason jars reminds me of the olden days. So there's a possibility I could get those onto a layout. And then I just went through my die cut drawers. I have the pink, the green, and the browns. And I pulled out a lot of things that were kind of wood grain. Settlers would have used the gas lanterns. I did a compass for travel, road trip, a tree stump. And now the other pictures that I have that I might be able to use, and this is where these kind of come in, is we have every year an event that's called the Steam Show, or some people call it the Thrashing Bee. And it's basically all the local farmers get out the old antique tractors, even the big ones that look like a locomotive, and they put on a weekend event. You can go walk around. They do a parade with these big, huge tractors, steam engine tractors and stuff. And we usually go every year. They have flea market and food and all that. It's kind of fun. So I have pictures from that. And one of the things that they do, and this would have been from the early 1900s, is they use one of the steam engines and they run a belt on it and use it for the most dangerous saw I've ever seen in my life, which is nowhere near OSHA compliant. But they get it out and show how they would have been like cutting the wood planks and stuff. And it's really cool. So I thought the cut up wood would go with those pictures if I chose to do it. And again, I just grabbed anything that looked like it might go, like this, the arrows, directional arrows. This was amazing. I grabbed in some butterflies that I had fussy cut out before that had kind of the blues, the pinks. I grabbed some cameras, and here's a robin. So just a lot of little bits that I can go through and try and add and layer into my layouts, which is what I like. So I'll go ahead and throw all these back on. And then I went in, and again, it's kind of a hodgepodge of stuff. And let me throw these all and wrangle them back in the tray. So those are my embellishments. And then the last bit I've got is just a random group of stickers and stuff. And now, obviously, everything on here is not going to necessarily work, but it gives me some options to pick through. So, with these flare badges, it was the Happy-Go-Lucky set, and that was by Fancy Pants. So here's some stickers that go with like the flare button. So I thought maybe with the color tones I might be able to make a layout and use some of these stickers. I grabbed in some of my Carpe Diem word label stickers, and they have them both in the beige and the white tones. I don't know what all is on here. You know, real life, you could use that for cutting wood. Let's do this. So there's some things in here, random things that might go with any of the pictures I have in my brain. I grabbed the Chamel Go Now Go, again, for those travel pages I might do. I don't know if anything in here will work, but I grabbed them because, again, I'm trying to get some of these sticker books used up. I grabbed in my One Canoe 2, and this did have quite a few things that I think I would be able to use that were travel related and nature related, and kind of went with the ideas that I had in my mind. So I grabbed that. For the big 6x12 sheets, I have You Rock, and I thought some of these like words, stickers and things would go with the photos of the kids flying their kites. I grabbed, this has been well loved. This is the We Are Memory Keepers Wildflowers, and again, not like these blues are too dark, but there might be like the pink label memories I might be able to do. I might be able to pull one or two things in, so have them to look at. I have this Maggie Holmes crepe paper. I'm not sure which collection this is from. It's just the one side. But again, some of the pinks might go, so just have it to look at. I grabbed this Maggie Holmes. Again, because of the black in here, I might be able to pull like Moments or Beautiful and be able to get one or two of those onto a layout. I have apparently 2 of these Maggie Holmes. This one hasn't been used yet, but this one has been. So I grabbed both of them just so that I could try and use this one up first. But then I also liked the gold little stickers, which I thought went with the Tiny Alphas that were on the recipe. I grabbed these Maggie Holmes, and again, not everything will go, but there's a few pieces here and there that might go in that I can tuck here and there. So try and get a few more of these used up. And then the last thing I grabbed, and this is probably a little bit brighter than, but again, I could use it with the kites like the sunshine, happy, fun. There's little things on here that I might be able to use, and this one is from Paige Evans Whimsical, and that is it. So it's not a huge kit, but it's bigger than the recipe only because I want to have some options for my layouts and what I do. And I want to thank you guys again for watching. I'm sorry this is a delayed post. Now tomorrow is the 6th, and it's my intention that after work tomorrow, I will try and make a layout and get it up before the end of the day. And then before the end of the week, I want to get at least the first layout done that I should have had done on Monday. So watch for the first process video using this kit. And yeah, hopefully Friday on the freeze. I'm done sewing for now. And so my after work time before my husband gets home, it gives me like an hour and a half time where there's nobody in the house, and I might be able to get some of these done and up. So I want to thank you again for joining me. In the description box below, you will find the links for everyone who is having a kit this month. I think there's quite a few that are doing it this month. And you will also find the link to Christy Sorge's blog post, which will have the recipe for you to follow along. I'll also have it in the, I also linked it in at the beginning of this video. So thanks again for joining me. You all have a great day, and we will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.